chick again. I thought it was time to go ahead and do my November wrap up or November book review. So, yeah, it is currently the 27th. I don't see myself finishing any more books before the end of November, unless they're like incredibly short, and I'm not currently reading anything super short. Um, so yeah, do it. But before we do, if you're not already subscribed, if you would just go ahead and subscribe and hit the little bell icon here on this channel. I review books. I talk about books that I'm planning to read, and I talk about books that have not come out yet. So I am on NetGalley, which allows me to read books ahead of time. Tell you what I think about them before you even have the ability to buy them. I try not to do that too far ahead of time. Um, like maybe at the earliest on the day that they come out. Yeah, let's get into it. The first book that I finished in November was The Queen's Counsel Rebel Rose. So this is, I believe, the first book in a series by Emma Theriault. I'm not sure if she's always going to be the writer or if she's going to be like a team of writers, because Disney does that sometimes where they have like a team of writers and they just like write the same series with like kind of the similar theme. Um, but I really enjoyed her writing style, so I hope that it's always her. I don't want to say it's a fairy tale retelling because it's actually about what happened after Belle broke the curse. It's about Beauty and the Beast, or Belle and Leo, as he prefers to be called in this book. That is his name, his nickname. That's what his mom called him, and the name stuck. So Belle also calls him Leo. It is basically a sequel to what happened after, the curse broke, after the story that we were all told, after the Disney movie that we all watched as children, and of course after the live action that we watched a few years ago with Emma Watson in it. So yeah, but basically Belle is everything that you would expect her to be in this book. That is Nyx. This is my cat. Yes. Please don't knock anything down. Anyway, Belle is that we want her to be everything we expect her to be. She is still a bookworm. She loves her library. She has plans to catalog her library, her massive library. She wants to catalog it and open it to the public. But if you're not aware, during the setting of The Beauty and the Beast, and of course the sequel, the French Revolution is about kitty cat. The French Revolution is about to happen, and so while on their honeymoon, they're supposed to go on a tour of France. And while on their honeymoon, Belle witnesses some like deeply disturbing things. She encounters the enchantress who put the curse on the beast, and at the time she doesn't realize that's who this is, but she knows that something is wrong, and the enchantress says, you should go home now or your kingdom will meet the same fate. And so throughout the story, like we follow Belle as she's doing like some of her normal, you know, uh queenly duties, although she hasn't taken that title. In fact, she's refused to take that title. She wants to open her library to the public. She wants to allow the people to make like some of the decisions for her kingdom. She really doesn't want to be queen. She thinks that monarchy is not right, and that the world should move in a different direction. So, but this book is really well written. Like, it is very historically accurate. Really enjoyed it. Like, and we still see a lot of the same characters. Like, but this was really well written. So I went ahead and gave it 4 stars. It is a YA, so I don't know that I was its intended audience, but I did really enjoy it. And Disney is doing some great things in books right now, so I'm excited to see that. The next book that I finished was an audiobook called Smash It by Francina Simone. I went ahead and gave it 3.5 stars because it was pretty good, but like it wasn't awesome. Like it wasn't life changing, so I gave it 3.5 stars. Just because it was pretty good, but like I don't know. Again, I'm not in its intended audience. I think I might be outgrowing YA. I am 24, so maybe it's just not meant for me anymore. But Smash It was really, really cute. It is about a young black woman who is how old is she? I think she's either 16 or 17. She's old enough to drive, but not graduated yet, and she 16-ish. But this book was super, super cute. It's a typical YA. She's incredibly shy. She's decided she doesn't want to be shy anymore. She's decided she wants to, like, live her life and be her. It all starts when she shows up to a Halloween party as herself. Like, she's just dressed normal. And the bartender kind of gives her crap for it. It is teen night, but the bartender gives her crap for it. And he's like, "How sad is it that you're here at an awesome party and you're in a hoodie and khaki shorts? Like that's just sad." And so she's like, "Well, that is sad, but it's," and so she makes a jab at him being 30 working teen night at a bar. Um yeah, that's not really relevant, but I thought it was funny. Um but after that night, she decides to make a list of everything that she intends to do. And so, like, a lot of those things are like, be bold, say yes if someone asks you out, like, try out for the school play, like all those typical things that you would see in a YA novel of this sort with someone who has incredible social anxieties and has decided to break free from that. Um, but uh, I really enjoyed that the writer, covered some super hard hitting topics. Like, she was not afraid to talk about sex. She was not afraid to talk about, like, what it is to be a lesbian or what it is to be gay. Um, she talked a little bit about all of those things, but not in a way that sensationalized it. Like all throughout the book, she's like finding her own confidence and figuring out who she is and how to be herself, and like she's kind of changing, but not really. I think she's just figuring out who she was all along and realizing that, like, she's not changed. She's just finding her confidence. So that was a really good book, but I only gave it 3.5 stars because, like, it wasn't life changing. Maybe it would have been if I was like 16. Again, that intended audience. But I would probably read other stuff by the same author. I enjoyed it because it was an audiobook and the narrator was hilarious. Like, she was so good at all the different, like, voices of the characters, and like all the attitude, because obviously this is teenagers, so there's lots of attitude, like, especially when she was supposed to be talking back and forth with her, between herself and her mom. Like, the attitude there was awesome, spot on. um yeah, so I read 4 books this November. I'm gonna do some quick math real quick and figure out how many pages that is. So far, this month I have read 1,030 pages. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna finish another book this month, so that's why I'm going ahead and finishing this video. So I've read 1,030 pages and listened to, I believe, and I've listened to a, like 13 hours and 40 minutes of audiobook. I went ahead and started The Splendid and the Vile by Eric Larson, which I quite like so far. And Smash It was 9 hours. So 13 hours and 40 minutes thus far. But yeah, that is my November book review. So if you liked this video, so I suppose I will see you again later. I think I'll have to split this into 2 parts. So